And this is where MAGA comes to talk. Welcome, one and all. So, more video has come out from the ICE shooting in Minneapolis. And this video shows even more evidence, yet again, of clearing the ICE officer and as sadly doing something that no police officer or law enforcement officer want to do, and that's use their weapon. But the new video shows that the officer most definitely was firing in a defensive way. And this one, welcome everyone. Make sure you subscribe if you are new. This new video, what it shows is it's from somebody's window in a house that's nearby, and they show the whole incident for a few minutes before, all the way up until everything happens. And these just insane women bypassed all the traffic, drove up, put their car, this way, blocking the ICE vehicles. You can hear all the horns and everything else that's going on. And you can even see, it's far enough away, you can even see the officer walking around the car with the cell phone. I mean, don't let them convince you of, don't believe your lying eyes. They're trying to gaslight you. It's a sad incident. I'm sorry it happened. I'm sorry the officer had to use his weapon in the line of duty, but, she could have killed him. And, what the left are doing with this incident is insane. It's insane. Now, there's been big protests in Minneapolis. They haven't spread around the country, although there's been some police chiefs and the sheriff in the Philadelphia area that have been saying stupid things. But there haven't been nationwide protests, mainly because they don't have the race card to play. I'm on my back porch today. I'm not at Starbucks. I'm having coffee here at home, and I've been up reading through the news for hours this morning, and I am going to podcast later and take live calls from the studio about some things I'm not going to cover right now, but you won't want to miss the podcast later on, so make sure you're subscribed and click the notification bell so you get a notification when I go live on the podcast and when I'll be taking calls, because I've got a lot of good things to carry and cover on the program today. But if these two women or the one who was shot trying to kill the ICE officer were not white, they would be starting race riots. There's no question. But race riots aren't going to happen because of that, thankfully so. So, it's just a matter of time before this fizzles out. There's just too many videos from different angles from different people. And when you have so many different videos we've seen, and this new video is from somebody's window. They're in their home and they're elevated, and you get to see the whole street. So it's a completely new angle, but it's also from above. It's far out, but it's kind of like on an angle like this, and you get to see everything. And it's a sad incident, but the two women messed up and screwed up. That's just it. They messed up and screwed up. And the way that it's not just the mayor and the governor now, some of these police chiefs and this one sheriff, they're not taking the side of the ICE agents, and they're amping things up, and as opposed to trying to cool things off and cool things down. So there's a lot of irresponsibility coming from the left on this. Left leaders, sheriffs, police chiefs, elected officials, although a sheriff's an elected official, and the ill responsibility is insane. I mean, look at Ilhan Omar, the way she behaved yesterday. She's out of her mind. When these incidents happen, you want to cool things off. But the Democrats are trying to stop the probe into the Somali fraud. That's it. They're trying to stop the probe into the Somali fraud, and somehow they've got it in their mind this will do it. Yeah. I'm out here with my cats. And it's a beautiful morning. I don't know, can you guys hear the crickets? Can you hear the crickets? I can hear the crickets. You may not be able to because the mic's a noise canceling mic. And it's 4:42 a.m. here on the East Coast, and the president's in town, so we're on Mar-a-Lago time, of course. And it is a beautiful morning. I'm going to Mass later this morning with my daughter at a new church I've never been to before that she started going to, so that'll be later this morning. You don't even, Frank, you don't even understand what you're saying. Frank in the chat, he says, ICE equals new SS. You don't even understand what you are saying. I don't know why these liberals believe that it's okay. I want you to think about this now, okay? So the people that are being deported are in this country illegally. Many of them are very violent felons. They're in this country illegally. That's it. And many of them are violent criminals, okay? How is that SS behavior deporting these people? How is that? Well, you have to have police to have law and order. If you don't have a functioning police force, you have anarchy, like Haiti. But listen to this, though, about the liberals, right? Basically, what's happened here is the United States has, under the Democrats with the illegals, we've been colonized. The illegals have been colonizing the United States, right? Liberals would say that they're against colonists. Oh, you're a colonizer. They're against. Hispanics are of European descent too, don't you know? So why in the liberal mind is it okay for the descendants of European colonists, who are colonizers by your definition, you call all of us in America colonizers, why are these European descendants allowed to colonize wherever they want without proper immigration or paperwork? But the people in the United States were illegally here. Can you make sense of that to me on the left? I don't think so. Well, they do. They arrest people all the time. Local law enforcement. Sometimes they have do not knock warrants. Sometimes they have knock on the door warrants. Yeah. Police often, when they have warrants, go to people's homes and arrest them because they know they're there. That's it. That's one of the most common places to arrest fugitives that have warrants. Right, Pepsi? Pepsi. Hey. My cats, they love this time of the morning. Since I'm up so early, the cats love it. They're nocturnal. So, yeah, you are aware, liberals, that the Hispanic South American illegals are of European descent too, right? Yeah, sure. They have one big bench warrant. Many of the people that they're picking up are people that had court dates that they never showed up to, so you get a bench warrant. Many are people that have records, so no, these are, most of these, how do you think they know where they are? Most of the ones where they know where they are and they go to their homes and pick them up, they have bench warrants because they didn't show up to court dates with the immigration judge. That's it. I mean, these people, liberals just make crap up, right? Mm-hmm. They just make crap up because that's what Democrats do. But there is you do have a bit of an issue to explain. Why are European descendant Latin Americans that are of European descent, why is it okay for them to colonize North America? But those of us who are Americans, we're colonizers who are here illegally and have no right to this land. Can you explain that to me? It's a good question, huh? Pepsi. Hey, Pepsi. Pepsi and Coca-Cola are out here playing. Coca-Cola, hey, buddy, what's up? Coca-Cola, it's Coca-Cola and Pepsi. They're brothers. They're from the same litter. They're always on some adventure together, getting into trouble. Yeah, I mean, there's no question the United States is being colonized. It's a second wave of European colonization, and I'll tell you, you know, if they're Latin American, they're descendant of Spaniards or the Portuguese, right? My goodness, the Spanish conquistadors. Hey, Luna, they killed pretty much the entire native population of South America is extinct because of the Spanish conquistadors. But you think it's okay for their descendants to continue colonizing? We have 4 cats, and 3 of them are right here in front of me. A lot of conflicts from the left, no doubt. Make sure you subscribe if you are new to the channel. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Well, you know, this is, you know, the left, the thing about liberals, it just cracks me up. Liberals think that they're so smart, they're so educated, they're so informed, they're so intellectually superior, and they really don't know squat, right? But they think they do. They haven't been educated, they've been brainwashed. That's it. You know, I was listening to, who was it? One of the Fox News pundits, I forget his name. I was listening to his podcast yesterday. He said, kids today, they go to college not to be educated, but to be activated. And that's very true. That's exactly right. They've gone to, some of them have advanced college degrees, but they haven't been educated. They've just been master brainwashed or PhD brainwashed. The longer you're in college, the more brainwashing takes place. That's why most college degrees prepare you for a job at the Old Navy. That's about it. Welcome, everyone. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to the stream. I will be podcasting later. Well, you know, hey, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. And President Trump has made some big moves over the weekend, which I'm going to talk about on the podcast yesterday. I'll tell you what that is when you'll see when I put the podcast up on YouTube. I'm going to do it live. It'll be a live stream. But when I put the title and thumbnail, you'll know what the topic is going to be. But he made a big announcement. A big announcement. It's a good one. It's a good one. I'm watching the Iran's in big trouble. Iran, they sent the goons out, and they were shooting down civilian protesters unarmed in the streets. I mean, it was brutal. I saw some of the footage on X this morning. And President Trump is told Iran if they start doing that they were going to feel his wrath. So an attack on Iran is imminent. It will be happening soon. So if most of these ICE officers that you're seeing out there were ICE officers under Biden. So why were they okay when they were under Biden, but now they're Gestapo? Why? They're SS now, but when they were working under Biden, they were okay? The left are nothing but, conflict in their life. There's just no logic with the liberals. None. Zero. Less than zero logic, right? Luna. Hey, Luna, what's up? Come here, Luna. She's camera shy today. Usually the cats want to be on camera, but not today. Liberals with their selective outrage. That's exactly right. Yeah, Nazis that support Israel. Yeah, that makes sense. More stupidity. I haven't heard a logical argument made by a liberal, and maybe ever, but certainly not on any of these issues. Nope. That's right. America. America first. I mean, think about it. With the liberation of Venezuela, Cuba's about to fall. Greenland's about to become part of the United States. Hopefully, the Islamic Republic will fall and they'll be free in Iran, all under Trump's watch. If only liberals had a clue. If they had a clue, they'd be MAGA. That's right. That's why people get red-pilled. But do any of you know anyone that's been blue-pilled? No. No. The only people that are blue-pilled are just corrupt people that have been bought off. But do you know anyone personally who's been blue-pilled? We all know people that have been red-pilled. Many of you have been red-pilled. But do you know anyone that's been blue-pilled? Nope. Nope. No. Anyone who says they're former MAGA are liars. They never were MAGA. Nope. There's no way you can go from one to the other unless you have a serious head injury or get bought off. Yeah, all these liberals, they claim to be former MAGA. I don't think so. So you were a Nazi, now you're not. Give me a break. No, no, no. Republicans don't don't get blue-pilled. Nope, this doesn't happen. Unless they were fake MAGA, fake Republicans, then maybe. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene, she hasn't been blue-pilled. She's just corrupt and petty. And menopausal probably too. Hey Luna, what's up? Sure. Took the Christmas lights off of the house that I had around, and we put a bunch of them up here on the back porch. That's what those are. Those are some of the Christmas lights we had around the house. I want to keep them up here on the back porch. I like Christmas lights. We've got to put more up. We only put one string. No, but things, here we are in 2026 now, and this is going to be the golden age. America's 250th birthday on July 4th. This is something else. This is a great, great year. If you want to see Nazis, look at how your friends in Iran are mowing down unarmed protesters. Just, speaking their mind in public about their government, and they're shooting them dead in the streets this morning. I saw the videos. It's just disturbing. And they don't even the monsters they set out to do with the Iranians. They don't even seem to. They have no conscience over what they're doing. President Trump is the least corrupt president we've ever had. All the other presidents have been corrupt on some level except Donald Trump. That's a fact. Like Eisenhower, he was great, led the army in Europe in World War II, warned us about the military-industrial complex, but the military-industrial complex was created under his 2 terms. Roosevelt was a racist. Roosevelt refused to sign federal anti-lynching legislation because he didn't want to lose the Democrat Southern vote that was lynching black Republicans. Abraham Lincoln was a corporate lawyer for the railroads. He was not independent. The Intercontinental Railroad was him. That's because he, his corporate donors. He worked for the railroads before he was president. That's right. George Washington was one of the, if not one of the richest men in the colonies. You think he just became president just happened to be perhaps the richest man in all the American colonies? Come on. Mm-hmm. President Trump is the only one we've had that's not corrupt on some level, representing some special interest. The only special interest he's representing are the American people in the United States of America, America first. That's it. No other special interest. If you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe. Mm-hmm. America, that's right. Mm-hmm. What about President Trump is corrupt? He loses money as president. He donates his salary. He's never taken a salary. 2 terms, never taken a salary. He's lost money as president. Lost. That's the opposite of corruption. And he's very brave. That's right. They shot him. The Never Trumpers shot him in Butler, and he got up and said, "Fight, fight, fight." Mm-hmm. It's true. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very true. The Qatar jet was a gift to the United States Air Force. It's not. It wasn't a gift to President Trump. It's owned by the United States Air Force as part of the Air Force One fleet. JFK, yeah, JFK. His when he was in the Navy, he had an affair with a Nazi spy in Washington, D.C. Well documented. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I'm a big fan of President Kennedy, but he had problems. I mean, many believe that the PT-109 was sunk due to his incompetence driving in front of that Japanese destroyer that hit it. He was heroic in getting the men rescued, but it's believed incompetence of Lieutenant J.G. John F. Kennedy is what resulted in that whole incident. Many people believe that. The only med you need is the MAGA red pill. The red pill will wake you up, guys. Get you out of the matrix. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very true. All right, I gotta get another cup of coffee. I'll be right back. Hey, Luna. I'm heating it up in the microwave. Yep. No, it's true. Everything I've said is true. These are you don't learn these things in college, but or on MS Now or CNN, but all true. President Trump is the only totally non-corrupt president we've had who represents no special interest other than the American people and America. That's it. Mm-hmm. It's very true. You see it. Right? If Zelensky wouldn't have screwed up, that war would be over. Ukraine's on the verge of collapse. Mm-hmm. I want to keep in mind, YouTube handles said they were conservative earlier, and you hear other talk and see all these fake MAGA people, they can't control themselves too long. Mm-hmm. Look at all the damage Obama's done to this country. My goodness. Yep. No, I don't mind liberals being in here. You know, let the liberals get some education. Anytime I do a personal appearance there's always at least one person, if not multiple people, who come up to me and say, I used to be a liberal, and I listened to you for however long, and now I'm MAGA. I hear that all the time from people. All the time. It's amazing. Could you guys hear the crickets? I'm going to see if you can hear the crickets. Can you hear them? The mic may not pick up the crickets. It's a noise-canceling mic. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new, my name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. And I'll be podcasting a little bit later in the studio, taking your calls. I'm talking low because it's 5:02 a.m. Sunday morning, and all my neighbors and my wife are sleeping. It's just me and the cats up at this hour, so gotta talk low. I'm doing some laundry too. Washing some clothes for church today. Nope, there goes the microwave. Let me get my coffee. I'll be right back. Might have made it too hot. Welcome, everyone. If you're new, welcome. This is where MAGA comes to talk. No, not too hot, but it's hot. Am I the only one that heats up their coffee in the microwave? I do it all the time. I really don't like coffee. I just need the caffeine. Hey, Coca-Cola, what's up? The cats love it when I'm up out here early in the morning. Yeah, you do sometimes. Why not? You know, put the creamer in. You can't tell. Luna. Well, I wish I wasn't. I'm addicted to caffeine like Hunter Biden's addicted to crack and Ukrainian hookers. You know, according to the laptop, you know, of course. That's what the laptop tells us. It's amazing how the liberals are okay with a junkie and an Alzheimer's patient in the White House, with cocaine in the White House. But Donald Trump, they can't handle that. That's wrong. They're out of their freaking minds. The liberals are out of their freaking minds. Well, they have more recruits than they can handle. People are signing up for ICE like nobody's business. It's like people have been signing up for ICE all year. It's like people were enlisting in the military after Pearl Harbor. And President Trump just deployed, another 1,000 to Minneapolis? Yeah. Or was it 2,000? I think it was another 1,000 I read last night. Trump's doing it, man. Trump is not messing around. He's not playing right. And if you notice, President Trump hasn't been getting involved in any political debates either with these people, has he? He hasn't been getting involved in any political debates, and that's a good thing. It's a very good thing. He's just doing it. We don't need. What's the point of him debating these liberals in the media that that absolutely hate him. There's no point to it. Now, if you're new, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Yeah, he's busy, not just making America great again, but making the whole world greater again. I mean, the things he's doing globally are amazing. I mean, it's promises made, promises kept. That's it, right? Promises made, promises kept. He's got to make new promises. He's done everything he said he would do and more. He's done a lot more than he said he would do, and it continues. No, Trump will always be the power broker of the Republican Party for the rest of his life. And then when he's no longer with us in 50 years or so, his kids will have tremendous power. Even Kai Trump. You know, the Trump family will be endorsing our MAGA presidents for decades to come. It's true. It's true. He's a superhuman. Didn't you see Butler? President Trump literally dodged a speeding bullet. That's right. He did. And we're very happy for that. Oh, man. It was a sad day. Scary. Wasn't it scary? Yeah, I was on Newsmax last week. Well, California is a lot greater than it was. When we have the midterm elections, there's going to be a lot of surprises in California for the Democrats. Republicans are going to perform. If the Republicans in California turn out and vote, the Democrats will be shocked at the outcome. Remember, there are more Republicans in California than here in Florida. You know, I don't know about Steve Hilton. Remember, he worked for Tony Blair. His wife is an executive with Facebook. I don't know about Steve Hilton. I really don't know. I mean, do you guys trust Tony Blair? You know, Tony Blair's top advisor being governor of California. I don't know about that. I'm not sure. I mean, I got no beef with Steve Hilton, but I don't know many MAGA people, many Republicans that like Tony Blair. You know? So, you know, that's something you got to consider. Yeah, you really do. Better Steve Hilton than Newscomb. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not going to argue with that one. But, you know, Steve Hilton was raised under, you know, UK socialism. He was, you know, in globalism. I mean, the ideas of Tony Blair are one of the reasons that England has fallen. You know, so, I mean, I don't want to blame Steve Hilton for everything that Tony Blair's done, but you got to be a little cautious with Steve Hilton, don't you think? I don't know, am I being too rough on him? I'm not sure. We'll see. I haven't been following how he polls out there, so I don't know how many people are even familiar with who he is. You know, I was talking a couple weeks ago about Adam the Woo when he passed away. Are any of you Adam the Woo fans? Give me a yes or that if you are. I don't need to hear the no's, but if you're an Adam the Woo fan, give me a yes. I'm just curious. I was a big fan of Adam the Woo, still am. But if you don't know who Adam the Woo was, he was very famous vlogger. here on YouTube, and I've been a fan of his for a long, long time, and I met him maybe 3-4 times, and I had one good conversation with him, and I'd mentioned this. It was the last time I met him, and we talked for a while. The reason we ended up talking for a while is because he knew me from here, and so I was pretty surprised because he's, but he knew me from here, and we had a good conversation. But I saw something yesterday about Out of the Woo that was just so sad and upsetting me yesterday. It's a couple things. He the night before he died, the guy that found him dead, German in Venice, who's a YouTuber. Actually, the guy from the Grinch video is the one who, the Grinch from his the last Adam the Woo vlog was the video he did with the Grinch, and the Grinch is the one who climbed the ladder and saw him dead through the window of the second or third floor of his house. But I saw something yesterday. I came across. There's a YouTube channel that is like a critic channel, a reaction channel to the theme park vloggers in Orlando. It's called Passing Through Productions, and I came across something on their video yesterday, and then I went and looked a little bit more. It was so sad. The night before he died, he was at Adam the Woo went to a party, little small get together with some friends. There were 5 people there in total. And there's a YouTuber called Drew in the Moment, D-R-E-W, Drew in the Moment, and he was there with his wife, Adam, the guy that was in the Grinch costume, and I don't know who the 5th person was. I didn't catch that, but it was the night that he died, and he was at their house for a little get-together, 5 people total, little party, and they have photographs of it. They didn't vlog. Adam didn't vlog it. Nobody vlogged it, but they have photos, and he looked great. He was having a great time. He was having fun. It was a little pre-Christmas party, and then he went home that night, and he died. And it's just so sad. The pictures were just so upsetting. And then I watched, he did Adam the Woo went to Disney Hollywood Studios, Galaxy's Edge, the Star Wars land, and he went with a few of his friends, and they did a collaboration vlog. It was Adam the Woo, Drew in the Moment, and another YouTuber called the Carpetbagger. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Carpetbagger. And then his friend was with him. That was the Grinch in his last vlog, and he was just so full of life. He looked so healthy. Was having a great time, and then I watched those vlogs yesterday. I watched and the German I don't think was with him, but I watched the Carpetbagger's vlog with him. I watched Drew in the Moment's vlog, and it was just so sad to see how happy he was, laughing with his friends, and then that was it. He went home, and they found him dead in his bed the next day. It's just really sad. It wouldn't hit me hard. I was a big fan of Adam the Woo. He was a couple years younger than me. And then they had his funeral this last week, and I see people on YouTube are already vlogging to his grave. There's no headstone yet, and some of these vloggers, it looked like they went to the cemetery right after the family and friends left the funeral, because there's no headstone yet. The flowers from the funeral home were there, and there's dirt over the grave. And I thought it was a little, I had missed Adam talking about this, but about a year or so ago, he had made funeral arrangements, which I was very surprised. He'd gotten himself a plot at the cemetery. It's in St. Cloud, Adam the Woo, and he made all these funeral arrangements. And I just thought it's a little strange for someone who's 50 to go and do that. I don't know, but the people I've seen maybe 4 or 5 YouTubers have gone to the gravesite of Adam the Woo already. I've watched the videos. It's sad. It's sad. I know a lot of people are giving people a hard time for doing it, but he had a lot of fans here, and you know, maybe I'll go next time I'm in Orlando. I might stop by. I'll definitely go by his house. My wife would like to buy his house, but because of her health conditions, we have to have a 1-story house, and that one's 3. So we would not be able to live in that house unless my wife just stayed on the 1st floor, right? I could have this 2nd or 3rd floor to do whatever I wanted, but it was just sad, just sad. Yeah, I just can't believe he's gone. I guess it's been, will Monday be 3 weeks since Adam the Woo died? It's a rough one for people. It really is. You know, and people are still going to his house and leaving things there. But, you know, sadly, it's part of life. We don't have a cause of death yet. So which I don't understand. And the coroner hasn't released the cause of death yet. It was an autopsy. And his family said things will be coming out, but they haven't said what the cause of death was. I'm not going to speculate, you know, but, yeah, you know, his fans, like me, need some closure, you know. But anyway, that's Adam the Woo. I've been following it. It's just sad, really sad. I've watched so many of his I saw the other day, it popped up in my recommendations, the Adam the Woo vlog that I was in. The first time I met him, I was in his vlog. But he's missed. Adam the Woo. Look up his channel, The Daily Woo. He had 2 channels, the Adam the Woo channel and The Daily Woo. But he really stopped posting on the Adam the Woo channel years ago. The Daily Woo's where he's been posting his content mostly for years. And between both channels, he had over 1 million subscribers. He just was an amazing person, and he's certainly missed. Certainly missed. Hold on, I gotta feed this cat. Hold on. Boy, oh boy. Anyway, on to more pleasant and happy topics. And that, of course, is all this great work that President Trump is doing. Liberated Venezuela. Cuba's being liberated by its own people right now. The people of Iran are rising up against the tyranny that they're suffering through. Greenland is about to, you know, the Chinese and Russians are about to be kicked out of Greenland. You know, I did not know this, but there's a good case to take, you know, I did not realize this, and I guess it makes sense. I just never thought about it, I guess. Because really, how much have we thought about Greenland before a year ago? But Greenland is part of North America. It is officially a part of North America. Did you know that? Greenland is a part of North America. And the Monroe Doctrine clearly states Europeans cannot, it's officially a part of North America. I never really, I mean, it makes sense. I just never thought about it too much before. There's one island that they actually border Canada with. Like, I guess the island's part Canadian, part Greenland. But Greenland is a part of North America, which means that according to the Monroe Doctrine, European colonists cannot have colonies in North America. So based on the Monroe Doctrine, Trump could take it. And he should take it. The Chinese are already operating there, and the Russians. It's too close to the United States and Canada, too close. Can't have the Chinese operating there. Can't happen. Officially part of North America. Yeah, I did not know that. Maybe I did in school and just forgot, but I did. I mean, none of us have thought about Greenland until Trump started talking about making it part of the United States. What Denmark's been doing is just ripping the people of Greenland off. The Inuit population, they've just been stealing all the resources, stealing all the minerals and everything out of there, and that's it. They've been exploiting Greenland. Big time. Yep. Well, listen, guys, make sure you subscribe if you're new. My name is Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. I'll see you on the podcast later, so make sure you're subscribed and you click the notification bell. When I'm podcasting, I'll be live in the studio taking live calls from you guys watching me. All right? I'll see you then. Thanks.